Hello and welcome to Access Wilmer. I'm Jo Merlot and we are here today to get up close and personal with the clinician scientists, our amazing doctors, and our researchers here at Wilmer. Today our guest is Dr. Bonnielin Swenor. She is an associate professor and epidemiologist here at Wilmer. Welcome, Dr. Swenor.
Thank you so much.
So happy to have you.
Happy to be here.
So, you are one of the country's prominent scholars in low vision and aging. You are exploring why so few people receive low vision rehabilitation services. And we'll get into that. But what I want to do first, I want to talk about you. You live in this determined, focused, loving life with your family and supportive professional environment. What happened to you when you were 26 years old?
Yeah, so when I was 26, I was on my way to work. I was living in DC, and I was walking up the metro steps on a bright, sunny day in January. And about halfway up the metro steps, something in my vision changed very suddenly. And I thought it was just the after image from the sun. But as I got to the top of the metro steps and then to my office, that change in my vision just wasn't going away. And I was having a hard time reading email, seeing, focusing. And so I went to the first floor of my office building where there was an optometrist, because I did not know what else to do. And I said, can you just take a look and see what's going on? He took me back right away and looked in the back of my eye, and all of a sudden his face just changed, the way he talked to me changed, and said, you need to see a retina specialist immediately. I didn't even know a retina specialist existed at that point in my life. I wasn't studying ophthalmology. That was a new term to me. So I went across town to a retina specialist, and I was diagnosed with Myopic Macular Degeneration, and was told that I had a hemorrhage in the back of my eye in the retina that was causing that vision impairment. What I didn't realize on that day was that my vision impairment was permanent and degenerative and would continue. And so over the following 18 months, I had a pretty quick loss of vision in both eyes, many hemorrhages in both eyes. And that was a pretty abrupt change to my life, to my functioning. I stopped driving. I was on disability leave from my job at the time. And I was just trying to figure out life.
Right, so then all this, I know you have so much true grit. I know you do. And so you started then at Johns Hopkins.
Yeah. So at that point, when my first retinal hemorrhage happened, I had mailed out applications to Masters in Public Health programs around the country just weeks before that. So it was a really tough time. And I had also just gotten married about 6 months prior to that as well. So I took a pause from life, quite honestly, just trying to figure out how to function and how to emotionally manage the fact that life as I knew it was different and in lots of ways falling apart at that time. But after about a year, I decided that this really couldn't be the end of what I wanted to accomplish with my life. So I had deferred at Hopkins my MPH acceptance, and I decided to just test it out. And I asked if I could just take one class at a time to see if I could do it. And they said yes, and I did. And I sort of surprised myself that I could do things and I was figuring things out. And in that process, I found a class called Eye Disease Epidemiology that Dr. Sheila West here at Wilmer was teaching. And I very selfishly took that class because I was just trying to understand what was going on with me in my life. And after the first day of class, I went up to Sheila, to Dr. West, and I asked if she would meet with me. And we met the next week, and I explained what was happening with me and asked if there was research opportunities. And she had an amazing response, and she just convinced me really in that meeting that I had a really unique perspective and opportunity, and that I should really shift my focus of research, which at that time was cancer, to studying ophthalmology, and that I perhaps could use what I was experiencing to focus my research and to drive research questions. Honestly, at the time, that seemed like a goal above and beyond what I could accomplish, or it didn't make sense. It didn't seem achievable, to be honest. But for some reason, she saw something, and she encouraged me, and I did. So I finished my master's and my PhD, and
you're here.
I'm here as faculty. Something on the day of that initial retinal hemorrhage I could have never in a million years predicted.
No, but we are glad you're here, because what you're doing, you're changing the way you see people with disabilities. With a person like me looks at a person with a disability, and it's called disability inclusion, but you bring it to another level. You bring it here at Wilmer to another level. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about who else inspires you, because we're a team approach here at Wilmer. You inspire so many, and we'll get to that. But let's talk about who inspires you here at Wilmer and bringing disability inclusion to another level, which is happening here at Wilmer because of you.
Yeah. It is so hard to just find one person at Wilmer that inspires me. I have to be honest with you. Somebody asked me recently about that really dark period in my life that I was struggling with and what changed, right? I get this question a lot. How did I get out of that really hard, dark period where I was absolutely very depressed? And my answer, quite shortly, is I came to Wilmer, right? I came here. I wasn't diagnosed at Wilmer, but I came here as a patient. I came here as a student. I came here as a trainee, and that changed everything, right? That changed absolutely my entire life in every capacity. I got a different level of care. I got a different level of support. I saw a path forward that I didn't see before in my life, personally, professionally, and clinically. And I felt normal, and that's really important. I felt valued, and I didn't feel that, and that's what was missing. And when patients call me and they're struggling and they ask me what I did, I wish I could replicate that for everybody, but truly that's what changed my life. And so as far as the one person that has changed everything, it's absolutely Sheila West, but beyond that, it is everyone, from the technicians, the people that check you in, the techs that are measuring your visual acuity, to the team, and I have a complex visual condition at this point, the people that take care of me, the support I have from my colleagues, it's amazing.
And they never lose their patience. I've seen that, right? They're just, you could be hours getting an exam, and they just keep at it. That's what I love about the patients here and the care they get.